Science oven, science oven, cooking with air in the science oven, science oven, science oven, cooking with heat in the science oven, air, heat in the science oven, no hypertension with the science oven, science oven.
Bon appetito. Enjoy. Fabulous. Buongiorno. Welcome to Bon Appetito. I'm your host, Will O'Loughlin. We're going to be working again today with our science oven right here. We're going to be making some pork loin, which I have right here in a little bag, and some petite gold potatoes. Should be a very delicious meal, very easy to prepare. So let's go ahead and get started. A 1.5 pound bag here of petite gold potatoes. Let's get it open. I really only want to cook about 1 pound. And so we'll pull out, more than 50%. What would it be, 75? I think on my feet here. And as such, I'm going to go ahead and cut these up, put them in a bowl right here. So just have them really with this super dull knife. All right, splendid. So next up, I want to take just about a tablespoon of olive oil as such and put it into the bowl. All right. That looks good. Let's kind of mix it up a little. Just going to use my hand, which I cleaned, I promised. Stir it up, stir it up, stir it up, stir it up. All right, good, good, good. And now the last thing I'd like to do, or not the last thing, but rather the next thing I'd like to do is to put a teaspoon of garlic powder in there. All right, there's a teaspoon of garlic powder. Very good, very simple. Okay, so I'm also going to add a little pepper. And also a little salt. As such. Now, you can as well add any of the wide variety of seasoning salt, and we talked about this before. It could be Lawry seasoned salt. It could be good Old Bay seasoned salt. Any kind of Cajun spice or pre-made sort of mix that you would like to add. All of that is completely doable. However, if you don't have any of that, or you don't want any of that, or you don't even want the garlic powder that we had added previously, don't worry, just use salt and pepper. So let's mix it up real good. Again, I have washed my hands. But I want to give the potatoes just a little bit more flavor. So we're just going to add a little something. I think that's good. So that looks good. Okay, next step. So let's take a look at this piece of meat. All right, this is a pork tenderloin. Now, I've already eaten half of it, as you can see, right? I'm going to show you some photographs here in a minute of some of the other kinds of pork tenderloin that we can purchase in the grocery store. But this was so big that we actually split it in half and ate the other half at another time. You can see it's already prepackaged, and not only that, but it has seasoning on it. It's a good-looking piece of meat. There's quite a bit of seasoning still in there, so before I put this in the science oven, I will go ahead and take a spoon and remove some of this and put it back on here. So, before you put your meat and potatoes into the science oven, make sure to go ahead and preheat it at 400 for 5 minutes. That way, gets it up at temperature, you can go ahead, put your meat and potatoes in, kind of jump starts the whole deal. Okay, great. So you can see I'm a little low here. I'm going to crouch down. We're going to do this shot in 2 parts. So let's go ahead and pull out our fryer from the science oven, and we're going to put it over here, and we're going to kind of set this up, all right? All right, here we go. So I'm going to kind of do a nice job of kind of laying this all out or dressing it, so to speak. And so let's start with the pork tenderloin. We'll put it right here in the middle. I'm going to take these potatoes over here that I've made, and I'm going to kind of lay them around our piece of meat as such. Kind of cook it all together. So of course the big question is, as you might have guessed, is like, what are the cooking times for this, right? And are the cooking times for the potatoes exactly the same as the cooking time for the pork? And the answer is not exactly. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to start with 20 minutes. Okay, splendid. So let's go ahead and put our tray back into the science oven. As such, I need to plug mine in. Go ahead and turn on the science oven. That's the blue button. We're going to start at 400 degrees. So let's do that right now. Set it up to 400. All right. And then I said we'll start at 20 minutes. So let's just go ahead and hit it on 20. Okay, folks. So it's been 20 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and pull the pan out of the science oven, and we're going to take a look at it. Of course, remember, it's very hot. There you go. Looks gorgeous. And so a couple of things. How do you know if everything is cooked properly? Well, the potatoes, we can pull one out and just sort of use a knife or a fork, mash it or cut it and see if it's cooked through. And then, of course, the pork, if you have a meat thermometer, we're looking for a temperature of about 145 to 160 internally. So you poke that in there and check that out. So I know you're hungry and you're definitely ready to eat, but one of the things you want to make sure you do is let this meat rest. And so go ahead and pull it out. I'd cover it with a little foil. Wait about 5 minutes. Okay, splendid. So it's been about 5 minutes. And just to sort of recap, the reason we let the meat rest is for a couple of reasons. Number one is that it gives the chance for the juices to kind of redistribute themselves within the meat. And then also keep in mind, once we've pulled it out of the science oven, or really any oven, it continues to cook. And so it'll cook for a little while, just with its residual heat. Okay, so I want to go ahead and carve this up with my super dull knife into some little slices that I can put over here on the pan. Oh, you'll see it. It's super juicy, cooked right through. Not too bad at all. Okay, so here we go, folks. Here we have our pork loin, tenderloin, and our petite golden potatoes. It's all ready to be eaten. It looks pretty good. It definitely smells good. So that's very exciting. Bon appetito. This has been Bon Appetito with your host, Will O'Loughlin. It was great cooking with you, and I look forward to doing it again very soon. So please enjoy your meal, and we'll see you soon.